Hi everybody, it's that time again. We've got another 11 Pro Max that has just randomly died. The customer stated it got red hot and died while he was using it in his hands. So what we're going to do, we're going to open it up, diagnose it, and see if we can get it working again. Enjoy! Okay, so what I like to do first is we'll get the board out of the phone, and we've hooked it up to a DC power supply. So when I give it some power, as you can see, there is no initial power consumption, which is good. So there isn't a short on the main power rail. So what I've done, I'll clip in a temporary power button. So when we prompt it to boot, let's see how it behaves. Now, shooting up to nearly an amp isn't good. It's not showing us a correct power draw to indicate that it's booting. So something on the board is causing this. So let's get it under the thermal imaging camera and let's see if there's anything that stands out. Okay, so under the thermal imaging camera, we'll initiate some power and then we'll prompt it to boot again. Let's see if anything stands out. Oh yeah, right up there. So let's have a look under the microscope and see if we can narrow that down. Okay, so what we're going to do, now it's under the microscope, we're going to use the freeze method. So we're going to blast it with a little bit of compressed air with the tin upside down and prompt it to boot. And as you can see, heat source right next to the NAND, typical capacitor. So we'll do it again, just for good measure. Freeze the board, prompt it to boot. Yep, that should not be getting that hot. So that will be the cause for the phone not booting. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in with a bit of heat, and all we're going to do is extract that capacitor like a bad tooth. Okay, so with that capacitor off the board, let's see how we get on now when we prompt it to boot. So that looks more like a boot cycle, slow and steady. So hopefully we should be getting a working phone. So let's put it back in the housing and see how we did. Okay, so with the board back in the phone, let's put it on charge and see what happens. So it's consuming more power and we get a battery logo, which is good. And we are getting a good power consumption, thirsty. So we'll come back in a minute, let's see if it boots. And this is why we do what we do. Job's a good one. Nice.